For tonight's meeting agenda, we'll start off with the flag salute. We'll go through just a few announcements, and then we're going to talk about the Soledad Corridor Plan and other projects that are going on here in Canyon Country. So some of them lead together. Some of them have been promised to us for a while, and we want to show you where they all are. Then the Whitaker-Burmite multi-jurisdictional meeting and the Citizens Advisory Group met over this past month, and so Rick Drew will give us a report on how that went. Realize that Burmite cleanup for us is very important because it would facilitate the completion of the Via Princesa crossing and Magic Mountain Parkway. Then Mr. Richard Cardenas will talk about the Canyon Country Advisory Committee's City Council meet and greet plan. The plan has been firmed, and he'll tell you about it. He has sent the invitations out to the first set of invitations for reservations, and so we're ready to go. Then I got to tell you, it's our hero up, Doug Frazier, and you're going to see why I called him our hero a little bit later, because he is the most watched person we have on YouTube. So you'll see that when we get to video statistics. And then I'm going to talk about the chloride decision and your property tax bill. And I did discuss with the chloride, with the sanitation district guys, how they decided how much it's going to cost. And we made a little spreadsheet out together. And so I can tell you what your bills are going to be from now until 2037. And that's providing that all their assumptions are right. And we know how that goes. Then we'll go through public participation and the next meeting preview, and then we'll adjourn the meeting. Tonight, I went through and I was looking at different things that had gone on and different people that had done things, and I came across Sergeant Leanne Hester, and it was kind of impressive. It was 2005, and on a mission to search convoy routes for improvised explosive devices and to provide additional security to sustainment convoys, the then 23-year-old Hester and her team of military police from the Kentucky National Guard were shadowing a convoy of 30 semi-trailers when insurgents attacked. From irrigation ditches in an orchard near the road, 50 enemy fighters launched their attack on the convoy with heavy machine gun fire and rocket-propelled grenades, as well as using parked cars along the route to prohibit movement of the U.S. troops. Sergeant Hester led her team through the kill zone and into a flanking position. Sergeant Hester then assaulted a trench line with grenades and an M203 grenade launcher. She then and her squad leader, Sergeant Timothy Name, cleared 2 trenches, and Hester killed 3 insurgents. When the firefight ended, only 3 U.S. soldiers were injured, while 27 Iraqis were dead, 6 wounded, and 1 captured. Sergeant Hester told the American Forces Press Service that she didn't have time to be scared when the fight began. Your training kicks in, and your soldier kicks in, Hester said. It's your life or theirs. You've got a job to do, protecting yourself and your fellow comrades. Being an American hero isn't something that Sergeant Hester thought too much about. She said she was surprised and honored when she found out that she was being considered for the Silver Star. She and 2 others from her unit were awarded the Silver Star at Camp Liberty, Iraq, in June of 2005. So knowing that when someone that may be your friend or your neighbor is all of a sudden put in harm's way, that they in fact come through and be the hero that you can find all around us. So, Mr. Colley, sir, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you. Place your right hand over your heart and follow me. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A little closer? Okay. All right, tonight for announcements. First, I think most people probably saw this if you're following letters to the editor or the SCV community on Facebook that Bob Keller was slated and did testify in front of a Senate committee today to address the bill that would end the dispute between CMAX and the City of Santa Clarita. It turned out that his presentation ended up online, so if you saw it, he did present our position. And I guess also Dianne Feinstein and, Boxer presented? Boxer presented and McKean presented. So we'll see what happens. That now has to come out of committee. Remember, Senate Bill 771 is a bill which authorizes the Bureau of Land Management to sell off certain other properties, use that money to repurchase the mining rights from CMEX, and any shortfall, and it says this right in the bill, will be compensated by the City of Santa Clarita. So the last time we went through this, the estimate was, if all went according to plan, City of Santa Clarita would be on the hook for somewhere around $20 million, but the problem would be over. Newhall tree lighting. I just had to show this to everybody. I know, Berta, you were there. Let me see, who else was there? At the tree lighting, we got to watch them use this miraculous remote control plug-in to turn the lights on, and it was really amazing. It's a totally wireless, very high tech, really good job. And so after it was over, I kind of wandered around and grabbed some pictures because this was not cheap. This was a fairly expensive activity that the city decided to undertake, but it certainly came out looking really well. I think from an aesthetic point of view at downtown Newhall, everybody liked it a lot. And here's another shot of the other item that goes across City Hall. But it was very pretty, and it was a nice evening, and I think we saw a lot of smiling faces. Statistics are just chugging along. It seems like we're coming a little up. We got air conditioning, and people are starting to realize it, and the attendance is starting to rise. But as I was saying, the thing that just totally amazed me, I mean, I was blown away. I went to go look on YouTube and say, how many views did we get on our videos? And I'm used to thinking about this time we get 40, 30, and I looked at last month and it said 301, and I went, it's got to be a mistake. 300 can't be 301, right? And then I said, what was it that got 301 views? It was the agenda. I went, now I know it's a mistake. Because the agenda always gets the fewest views, right? But in this particular case, the agenda section contained Doug Fraser's presentation on the manufactured home rental agreement ordinance. And so I went back and I looked at last month when I had his segregated out separately, and he had something like 266 views. So I went, it couldn't be a mistake. It must be that we have a new celebrity in our midst. And Doug is going to present again tonight. We're going to see if he can top 301. And see if we can realize that's an all-time record for us, because the last person that had the record was way back in February of 2010 when we were doing council meet and greets, and Dave Ghani got 269. So I tell you what, that Doug Fraser, we better watch him. He's going places. All right, here's what's going to happen. And this time is for sure. As Mr. Cardenas said, the announcement for the January and February City Council election meet and greets has been sent out. Mr. Cardenas sent it out yesterday? Yesterday. So what we're waiting for now is we'll wait for candidates. Anybody that we sent them to, or Mr. Cardenas sent them to, anybody that has declared candidacy in the paper, which is 8 of us. And he's going to wait for people to return to him and say, I prefer to do it in January or February. And we'll go and do that. At the same time, our lawyer buddy and Doug Sutton will be taking control of the City Council forum. Up until just a little while ago, there was a discussion about where that forum would be, and so now it's set. The date is set. It will be here, and it will be on February the 26th, 2014. And that's a hard date. So all these dates this time, those 3 dates are hard dates. Understand that there is also going to be a forum run by the Chamber on February the 20th. Now, I don't think they've sent any information out yet, other than the fact that when the forum is going to be. So we know that. And there is an interview process going on with the realtors. I don't know whether that's open to the public or not, on December the 5th. And that's a real short interview process. Every candidate gets 10 minutes. You get your invitation to that? Yes. Yeah, okay. So those are the things that are going on, and those are the meetings that we're going to go and see. So things for everybody to remember is that we're dark in December. Canyon Country Advisory Committee does not meet in December. So on the third Wednesday of the month, when you have nothing to do, you can always go back and look at a video if you feel that it's just so boring that you can't live without it. And other than that, all of us would like to wish all of you a great holiday season. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, then on to Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's. And we hope to see you all back next year. Excuse me? Well, that's true. That's true. I got them out of order, don't I? Well, but we hope to see all of you back again next year.